Welcome into the show, Sportswrap Overtime, December 2nd, 2025, and we are brought to you by HII, built in America for America. Here we are, Craig Loper, Jeff Snyder, Brian Parsons here.
I've been driving by that place a lot lately.
What have you been doing up on the
HII?
The shipyard, what, Christopher Newport?
Oh, yeah.
Todd Stadium?
Yeah.
You know, because it takes you down Warwick and you drive right by it, man. Yeah. It's just so wild to see how big that place is, man.
The first time I ever drove by, I was like, oh, that's what a shipyard looks like.
And a gigantic crane, and that thing moves.
Crazy. It is crazy.
It's what? It's just it's a really cool view of Hampton Roads.
It is.
Going through that part.
It's almost like an architecture staple in a way.
Yeah. Really cool, man.
I was watching that Iverson documentary, and they had old shots of it and looked the same.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's like, but it's the most I've ever driven by it in my life because I've been to CNU a lot this year, and I've been to Todd. Every Thursday night I've been going to Todd Stadium this year.
Shout out to the Peninsula, man.
Yeah,
we're locked in up there. We don't neglect the Peninsula at all.
We've been accused of it,
despite what people say. There is no such thing as a South Side bias in our office. We promise you. We promise.
I think we go out of our way for the Peninsula.
Literally.
Just to avoid the. But here's I think the problem. One of the problems is that they only have the two stadiums in high school football.
Right.
So they don't have all their games. Some of their games are on Thursday. Some of their games are on Saturday. So they don't have a stacked schedule on Friday night like all the other schools. Yeah. So people are like, well, where was Phoebus in the show? Well, they didn't play. They're not playing until tomorrow.
Or they played on Thursday.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No, it happens. We're here, as I said. We're kind of an interesting time of year, right? Regular season college football is over. We're getting ready to roll into conference championships. Bowl games, possibilities, transfer portal news,
coaching
carousel, the biggest one I can remember in years. I mean, it's a weird time of year. Basketball season is going on, but we're here just going to start off the show and kind of recap the 2025 ODU football season and kind of look back and see how it all went down Go ahead.
And look ahead to what could be next for the bowl game that they're going to get into. So.
Correct. So at the end of the year, 9-3, Old Dominion finishes 9-3, losses to Indiana, James Madison, and Marshall. They beat Georgia State Saturday at SB Ballard Stadium on Senior Day. I was there for that. Was it 27-10?
Yeah, it was the final score? Closing the season on a 5-game winning streak.
Yeah, man.
That's your first ODU game this year.
Yeah,
and it's almost a shame because you kind of caught them in a dud.
They played down to their competition, man. I was not impressed. I had been impressed with ODU all up, and then when I see them in person, I was like, dang, I was expecting that game to be a blowout first half, and I was going to hang out the second half and enjoy the game. It was not the case.
Because we were talking about what on Saturday, Christopher Newport was playing as well, and Craig was like, I want to go to the ODU game because I haven't seen them play this year. I was like, cool, I'll go to CNU. And I was like, good, he's going to be able to see Colton Joseph do his thing. And I'm listening to the radio coming back from CNU, and they're down 10-0. And I'm like, what's going on?
It was ugly.
What happened?
It was cold. It was ugly. The students were on vacation.
And that's one of the things Ted said.
What did he say?
This is the weirdest game of the year.
It's a weird game.
Because that north end zone was empty. And it's been full every game. The students have done an amazing job of showing up and filling that thing up. The best student support I've seen at Old Dominion ever.
It was a weird game.
All year.
Thanksgiving holiday, I don't blame any kid for...
They're not home.
They're not here, so that's how it works. But no, interesting to see them finally. They were a little rough, but second half, they got together. They still ran for 300 yards in the game. I think it was 303 or something.
Look at these rushing numbers.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's go through some of them.
They averaged 237 yards per game. That's 7th best in all of FBS.
Nice, yeah.
James Madison is 6th.
That's crazy.
So whatever ODU does, JMU's just got to be just one better.
That's how it is right now, at least.
And just by comparison, Navy is number 1 in rushing.
But still running.
How is that a shock?
Man, if you got something that works, you just do it,
That OC apparently is a big name for head coaching jobs. The OC at Navy. It's
cool. That's a good little jump. Navy to
innovative offense.
Yeah.
So they very good running the ball, but remember in that the Indiana game and the Marshall game, that red zone offense was struggling. And red zone offense was an issue. A 118th best in FBS.
Out of what, 136? Something like that? Damn, it's tough.
But the red zone defense was 9th best.
Yeah. So and then they had some big plays too. They score almost outside of the red zone more often.
That's a good point.
That's kind of how it works. So.
But they did against Liberty. They had a bunch of failed red zone opportunities. Marshall, the 4th and 1s that they couldn't convert inside, and against Indiana, they're turning the ball over. Second half against JMU, I think I stopped watching.
Yeah, everybody stopped watching. Yeah.
Ohio State, by the way, the best red zone defense in the nation.
No, really?
Ohio State's defense in general, I did listen to some national talking heads. They allowed 93 points in 12 games. It's like, what, 8 points a game or whatever the number is.
They didn't let up Michigan into the end zone.
Matt Patricia literally has done some NFL level stuff with NFL caliber talent and like the way. Oh, it's ridiculous.
I think they're gonna beat Indiana by
for sure.
2 touchdowns.
No doubt. No doubt. I don't think there's any stopping Ohio State.
I have never felt more confident about an Ohio State team in my life.
No, they're the best team in the country.
They're the best team by a mile.
By a mile.
Yeah.
Outside now,
they'd have to beat themselves to lose in the college football playoff.
Outside of them, I think college football is pretty wide open this year because you felt like, oh, who's going to win? But I mean, Ohio State is the team. But after that, it's like who can get to the national championship? Anybody. It's just like anybody.
Statistically, Ohio State is having just one of those.
It's ridiculous.
One of those dream seasons where it's all. I mean, it's
ridiculous.
It's all coming together.
You look at the numbers; it's like they're dominating.
It's wild.
The Big Ten.
Yeah.
And they played a harder schedule than Indiana did.
And then on the offensive side of the ball, Julian Sayin slinging it.
Yeah, he's
two
really
best
efficient.
receivers in the country.
Did they play a harder schedule than Indiana?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, I thought
they
for
did.
sure.
Oh, for sure. Because remember, they played
Texas game, even though, Texas, that game still counts. That game.
Oh, that's right. Out of non-conference game against Texas. Yeah.
Texas is using it as like an excuse. Like, we just lost to Ohio State. Put us in the playoff.
Yeah. What if we scheduled Gardner Webb? You know,
Exactly.
Well, we could have done that, and we got in.
Outside of Ohio State, I do think this year is really interesting in the playoff. So we'll see how that all shakes out. We do got to get to some news here. This is a Tuesday, December 2nd recording. According to reports on the Twitterverse and some reputable people that are plugged into the transfer portal, Old Dominion quarterback Colton Joseph intends to enter the portal. It does open January 2nd, and now there's a decision. If he has not confirmed anything as of this afternoon on any social media pages. We haven't heard anything from ODU's coaching staff. But if that is indeed the case, there are options here for Colton, and we got to see how this plays out.
Yeah, I mean, I believe it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I believe it.
I believe the reports. I had heard rumor mill that Stanford was taking a look at him.
Right.
And they're ready to drop a lot of money on him.
Yeah.
But I've heard there's a lot of interest in Colton Joseph. So I think he could have a lot of choices and he could make a lot of money as a quarterback with 2 years of eligibility.
2 years of eligibility is huge, too.
I mean, Saturday you did kind of witness a little bit of history. He ran for over 100 yards and
had over 1,000 for the season.
And in doing so, the guy ran for 1,000 yards.
Yeah. Yeah,
the guy threw for 2,600 yards.
Yep.
He had a combined, what are we looking here? 34 touchdowns.
Yep.
He combined the rushing and passing.
Yep.
And look at him. I mean, this guy, he does have, there could be some accuracy issues.
Yeah, for sure.
I will say
it's a college quarterback, man. NFL quarterbacks have issues in that, but
not to slam the ODU receivers, but if he gets some gets around 4 or 5 star caliber guys, maybe those completions go up a little.
Well, I mean, if you're going to Stanford, you're not getting around 4 or 5 star guys.
He had some pretty good receivers this year.
He did. They had some good years.
And then those guys are probably going to enter the portal.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I mean, there's every chance that they do.
What are other possibilities? Let's say he doesn't, you've heard Stanford, but what are we looking at? Virginia Tech? Are we looking at Penn State? Are we looking at
not Vanderbilt, that Georgia quarterback? That's where we're at, man.
Yeah.
Vanderbilt's getting the number 1 quarterback recruits in the country.
From Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is weird, man. It is a weird state of college football where it's like that is going to happen more. That's going to happen more. That top tier kid is that one school is going to offer him money he can't refuse, and he's going to go.
Doesn't Texas Tech have to replace their quarterback? I think he's gone. I
think so. I don't know the Texas Tech.
And that's and he he lives in Texas now. Actually,
he does. Okay.
But that's Lubbock. Who knows where in relation he I don't know where he lives in Texas.
Right. Lubbock's in the upper left part of Texas. But yes, if he does indeed, hit the portal, my question is how do you navigate the bowl game? Like, does he want to play? Like, I guess logic and recent history would tell you, like, well, why play the bowl game? Just get to the next.
Well,
I don't think he's going to play the bowl game.
Right. It wouldn't make sense. Why?
It doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't mean anything. Plus, Ronnie has had that rule in the past, right?
No. Well, let's talk about that.
That's according to the Monarchists.
Yeah. Shout out to them, Mike and all those guys and Aaron. Okay, so they say the decision to play or not to play in a bowl game is up to the athlete. If they are transferring, they're still welcome to play in the bowl game since they won't actually enter the portal until after the game is played. Can I say this? So Saturday post game, I did ask Ricky about this predicament because I asked him about managing your roster. I said, some of these guys are not going to travel for the bowl game. And he deflected it. He goes, I just want to enjoy this win pretty much. I tried to get it out of him, but the next time we talk to him, that will be a major talking point about who plays in the bowl games and how they go about making that decision. I tried to get it out of him Saturday because I knew that was coming because he's like, hey, this is going to be some of these guys' last college football game here. And I was like, yeah, so who stays and who goes.
Yeah, right.
And
what version of Old Dominion are we going to? Correct. Quinn Hennikel will probably be the quarterback.
So he just said, I want to enjoy the win. So I respect that. But I tried. I couldn't get the answer.
Was ODU in a bowl game last year?
No.
Was it
2 years ago?
It was 2 years ago where they led it 35-0 and then it didn't happen.
28.
Yeah, but also 12 players on their team didn't play. It was and same with Western Kentucky was playing different guys.
Yeah, it was these bowl games. You talk about Vegas and weird lines. These bowl games are becoming very odd nowadays, and the spreads become crazy because the rosters are so out of control and people are in and out of there. So there's really no way to truly predict it. It's the wild, wild west.
I used to think that. Okay, so if it's just if it's a famous Toastery Bowl. Why play?
Yeah.
Because what's the ultimate goal? The goal is to win the national championship so that you wouldn't leave.
This is the way you used to think.
You wouldn't leave the team.
Oh,
that's going to compete for the national championship.
Right.
That would never happen.
Never happen.
That scenario would never happen. We'll get to that in a little bit.
Yeah, I know, right? Isn't that crazy?
Possible bowl games for Old Dominion.
Yeah.
So these are like the official tie-ins for the Sun Belt, and these can be negotiated because these bowl games, they want to make money, so they can kind of they sell off games or something like that. They come to negotiations, and these are not necessarily the games that the Sun Belt teams are going to play in, but more than likely. You got December 18th. You have the Salute to Veterans Bowl in Montgomery, Alabama. Craig, you said
December 16th.
That does.
I've heard the stadium has a terrible reputation,
bad reputation,
falling apart reputation from buddies that have been there. Unless they've remodeled, I do not know if they've remodeled.
Montgomery has a name of it. Stadium.
Yes.
So then we have I've seen this one pop up a lot. The Cure Bowl.
Camping World Stadium, nice stadium.
The Orlando, that's a Wednesday, December 17th. We like the Myrtle Beach Bowl. We've been there. We know it. Lay of the land. It's close.
They just laid down that new turf in Conway.
Yep. The Boca Raton Bowl on Tuesday, December 23rd.
Love that.
Craig loves it. He goes there 5 times a year anyway.
My best friend lives in Boynton Beach, and he used to live in Boca Raton and work at FAU. So I've been down there.
He's in Boca as much as Jeff Myers is in Mexico.
I literally am. I love Boca, and the stadium, one of the best G5 stadiums out there, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I've seen lists of videos, and it's always in the top 5 of the best G5 stadiums.
It's awesome.
It does. Even Bruce was like,
"It's so cool."
That place is awesome.
Highly underrated.
Bruce actually flew down there with Dennis Elmer and the gang.
It's great. Yeah,
went to a game.
New Orleans Bowl. Okay, you're gonna play in the Dome. Cool. You get to play in NFL Stadium.
Yep.
So,
but you would think the games in Alabama, the ones that are kind of further deep south like that. You think they would want to maybe look at the teams that are closer geographic fit.
Yeah,
that's why Myrtle Beach looks good.
Correct.
It'd be really cool if they could get into the Annapolis Bowl, whatever the bowl that is there.
I don't know the name of it, but yes.
Annapolis. I don't know if there's
I think a couple years ago they were almost getting into that one.
It'd be kind of neat, but it'd probably be very cold too.
Whew.
Myrtle Beach Bowl was cold, man. You remember?
It was.
All week it was perfect.
Perfect, and then game day, freezing. Charlotte last year, we got a lot of rain before the game, but then the game itself was actually nice. Somewhat cold, but the game itself was nice.
Yeah, it was nice and sunny.
Those are the ties. It's interesting. I don't know. And you look at the calendar, kind of going back to the transfer portal note, when do you want to play as a coaching staff? When does it matter? Ricky Ronnie always talks about, the cool part about a bowl game is you get 3 more weeks with your guys.
Yeah.
So do you want to play later? Do you want to play earlier? The holiday is right around the corner.
I'd say earlier.
I'd say earlier the better. That's how I feel.
You don't want to play December 23rd right before Christmas.
I wouldn't want
to. With the travel.
I don't. Exactly. Yeah. The travel, the Christmas, getting that in and out of there, the portals coming up.
Kind of want to get it out of the way.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
That's how I would feel.
You're already fresh coming off a game. You don't want to wait too long before you play another game.
So quick story time about bowl game travel. I've been through this myself. When we played in the Rose Bowl, 2009 season, 2010 Rose Bowl at Oregon, we traveled on Christmas Day. So that was the thing. We had a couple days off. We had Christmas Eve, Christmas off. Traveled on Christmas Day from the Eugene airport. We flew down to Pasadena. I can't remember if we flew into LAX or Pasadena. I don't remember. But then we showed up at the hotel Christmas night that night and then practiced basically all the way up leading to New Year's Day for and I'll never forget that, man. Oregon gave everybody, you get a $900 travel check at the time. That was a stipend because they give you an option. You say you can fly on the team plane with the coaches and the staff, but you don't get any money. Or we can give you this $900 check. You can book your own flight home to wherever you're from to go home the 22nd, 23rd, 24th, and then book your own flight from the 25th from your respective city to Pasadena. and then everybody takes a check. Everyone's like, give me the $1,000.
Right, yeah.
Because a one-way ticket's not going to cost you $1,000.
So
you know what I'm saying?
You got some money left over.
Exactly.
See,
and that was the process.
Now that's not even like a problem now. I feel like they would just pay for these guys to go home anyway.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how it works now, but that was it years ago. So very cool to get that check. Should we talk about college football more in general, where we're at right now?
Well, let's talk about the big game for UVA this Saturday.
Correct. Yes.
The Cavaliers are 10-2, and they're going to play Duke for the ACC championship. Who had that?
Yeah, everybody.
Who had that at the beginning of the season?
UVA
and Duke
in the ACC championship.
UVA was finished 14th out of 16 teams.
Tony Elliott.
What a year, man!
Hats off, brother.
Nobody knew who Chandler Morris was before this year.
Man.
Yeah.
So Duke is 7-5.
Yep.
All right.
What a crazy scenario this is.
James Madison plays Troy in the Sun Belt Championship.
Yeah.
North Texas plays Tulane in the American Championship. Oh, crap. Who plays in the Mountain West?
Ooh, good one. I don't know. Jeff? Mountain West Championship game?
Because that could be a factor, too.
It's always Boise, right? But it's probably not this year.
So here's the problem.
Boise State and UNLV.
There we go. Oh, yeah, Dan Mullen, 10-2.
The top 5 conference champions make the college football playoff. The top ranked conference champions. Well, you're going to have the Big Ten. You're going to have the Big 12. You're going to have the SEC. All right?
Yep.
Well, if Duke is 8-5,
yep,
and they beat UVA, I mean, we're talking about a team that's lost to Tulane and lost to UConn.
They got 5 losses. Yeah,
they got 5 losses.
Yeah,
they probably won't be ranked higher. Than James Madison if they beat Troy and North Texas or Tulane or UNLV and Boise State.
Right.
So there's a very good chance there could be 2 Group of 5 teams in the college football playoff.
I absolutely love it.
It's awesome.
I think it's so cool. I think it's a unique year. I like I said, beyond Ohio State, I think it's very open. I think it's great. And then, UVA making it, I think is great. I think it's resurging that program, that fan base. And if you ask me, you talk about there's no way a 5-loss team shouldn't be in the playoff. That's not what that's for. You know, put JMU in. They're 11-1, man.
But it's also kind of like, what if you have, the last,
they have play a harder strength.
The last place team in the CAA goes on this crazy run in the CAA basketball tournament, and they get the bid. I mean, they got the bid. They won the tournament. Yeah,
basketball a little different, right? But the format.
It's like what NC State did it a few years ago.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was a crazy one. Crazy. I mean, now I haven't heard. See, I've heard that angle of it, and you guys fill me in here. I haven't heard anybody like if UVA wins. What's their chances? No one's saying that.
But they're already ranked higher than North Texas, Tulane, and JMU.
Oh, they are. So they're in.
Yeah.
Winning.
Well, they would more than 99%. Yeah.
At what? Spot 11?
Probably.
Yeah. 11 because Tulane will be 12.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. So no one's really talking about that, though. You guys are really not getting the respect. Everyone's literally saying if Duke wins. No one's literally talking about the team that's favored by 3.5.
I think they're just talking about the fact of what could possibly be the chaotic scenario.
What's the stupidest thing that could happen?
Yeah, what's the dumbest thing that could happen?
But UVA
Duke could win the ACC championship and just not make the playoff.
But UVA could win and they're in the playoff. That's like, it's just unpredictable. No one could have predicted that. Tony Elliott's probably getting a $50,000 bonus or something, or their coaching staff. That's a cool story, man.
It's a great story.
Who knows where they would go? I don't know. They'd go on the road somewhere because the other top guys.
Yeah, host. I think they'd either.
They go on the road somewhere.
They would have to be on the road.
Yeah, they'd be on the road, obviously.
They'd be less than ranked. Like below 8.
What if UVA wins a national championship?
Well,
you make your place the bet now. You'll be a millionaire, and then if that happens,
can't bet on the Virginia teams.
That's right. You cannot.
Stupid.
Thanks, Rivers.
That's right. Yeah. UVA, Florida State, Duke, and Virginia Tech. We got that down as their sort of quality wins this year. Bad loss was Wake Forest.
Not even that bad.
No.
8-4 Wake Forest team.
Okay.
You thought at the time maybe like, oh, they lost to Wake, but Wake's been a respectable team the past few years, Correct.
Right.
They're not the Wake of old.
No. Yeah, just an interesting year in the playoff, man. It's very, very interesting. And it is affecting. I have been plugged into all this drama, and I'm not one to like plug into the drama. I hate coaching carousels. This year, I can't get enough. I cannot, man.
Well, it's like every week, every day seems like someone's getting fired or replaced.
Well, we just talked about JMU, and it's pretty much well reported out there. Bob Chesney's going to take the UCLA job, but he's going to coach JMU through the Sun Belt title game.
Okay. Go ahead. So Chesney's going to go to UCLA. He's going to coach JMU through. John Summerall leaving Tulane for Florida,
but going to coach his team.
Yes. Not Alex Golish. Who's the Eric Morris, North Texas, who took over the Oklahoma State job.
Yep.
coaching his team.
They're going to let him coach the team.
Right.
Lane Kiffin,
Yep.
not going to be able to coach LSU or coach Ole Miss.
Yeah.
But what's the difference? What's the difference, folks? Come
it's
on.
apples and oranges,
It's
man.
apples and,
I mean, it's not even close.
I want to make sure we're on the same page.
The difference is it is more accepted, and it's more of an accepted reality at the G5 level for a coach to go from G5 to P4, and the G5 program is going to appreciate their coach and thank you for building us up and thank you for taking us. You can coach us through. We appreciate everything you've done, and best of luck at your next opportunity, which everybody would say across the board is I don't want to say better, but it's logically the next step.
And,
right?
and JMU was saying to Bob Chesney, congratulations.
Congrats.
Yeah.
We can't afford that.
Yes.
We can't pay you that.
Exactly. That's why it's fair.
You take it.
Ole Miss
could match what LSU was paying, and he's going to
a
rival in a state right next to it.
Right next to it. And not only in the same conference, for years was in the same Western Division, and it's a big rivalry.
I mean, they're rivals, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
More so for Ole Miss. Like, they look at LSU as like our rival. LSU, it is a rivalry game, but Ole Miss really holds on to that. And like you said, I think Baton Rouge to Oxford is like 4.5 hours, 5 maybe. I never went to Oxford. I went to Starkville. But it's apples and oranges, man. I hate all that drama. I've been plugged in, man. I am loving it. I'm eating it up. I'm watching every video. I'm seeing all the tweets. I used to work down there. This story is intriguing. My issue, let me just say this.
Have you talked to any of your guys down there?
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. Just chaos, man. Just chaos. It's like, I love Lane as a personality, but he has a track record of this. So anyone that was thinking like, oh, he's going to stay Ole Miss because he's loyal and he's built us up, you were blind.
There was no way anyone thought that, right?
No, people thought that.
No way.
Ole Miss people were like, how could he leave us? How could he leave us?
What?
We're 11-1. We're going to play in the playoffs. This guy has a track record of leaving. Okay.
Yeah.
And I don't blame Lane. I really don't. As much as I hate it, I get it. And I hate the system. And I just wish there was more loyalty, because I don't like to see an 11-1 coach abandoning his team before the playoff.
Yeah.
It's just the worst.
How about let's finish what we started?
Yeah.
When
Why
we
can't everybody just be more patient?
in spring
And we know why.
practice,
Yes.
and with the goal of to get to this playoff and win it all, and now you're there.
Yeah. It's
one
terrible,
of the
man.
fortunate 12 out of 136,
terrible.
and you're going to say, nah, this place is the best job in college football. He said the same thing about USC.
Correct.
He said the same thing about Tennessee.
Correct.
Yeah. He didn't say it about FAU.
No,
he did not.
But
no, man, it's just tough. It sucks
so
all
the
around.
scenario. Okay, let's just make up a scenario.
Yeah.
Kyle Shanahan gets fired
From the 49ers.
from the 49ers.
Yeah.
And the 49ers are going to miss out on the playoffs.
Right.
Sean McVay has the Rams humming and ready for the playoffs. And right before the playoffs, Sean McVay says, you know what? I got offered.
Go to the Niners. They got more history.
I got offered the 49ers job.
They got 5 Super Bowls.
I want to be the one to get them number 6.
Yep.
And I'm quitting on the Rams.
Yeah.
Before the playoffs. What's the difference?
Illogical.
But the NFL wouldn't allow that.
Not happening.
So
Good
college
handle.
football needs to not allow that.
Here's the
this
thing.
shouldn't
Yeah.
happen.
'Cause
And I think the portals and things like that, they say it has to do with the
Academic
with
calendar.
the academic year. Well,
Yep.
When was the last time you heard of a player being academically ineligible? Remember there was a thing called Prop 48 and these guys couldn't make the score? You don't hear about that anymore, man.
Right.
There's only one program that's on probation. It's Akron.
Is it really?
And Akron's like 0-12.
Really?
Yeah.
I have not heard that at all.
Yeah,
That's
whatever
crazy.
they did, it didn't work.
That's nuts.
They were like down below the score they needed to be at. Like
That's actually
a couple
so
years
funny.
ago. Yeah.
No,
The
it's all
APR.
messed up. It's all messed up. I hate it for Ole Miss. I hate it for the players. I hate it for the fans. LSU people don't care, but they're going to give them $90 million.
Yeah.
You know, the governor a few weeks ago was like, we can't be investing so much money in a failed football coach. And they just give the next guy $90 million, whatever.
A bigger
Get to
buyout.
Lane Kiffin.
Yeah. The thing is, I did hear a very good, I watched last night, I was scrolling, I watched a video, the Texas Tech head football coach, I wish we could play the clip, we can't. Did you guys see this video? It was a 2-minute answer in response to the calendar, what he would do differently and how we change this. And it was a very well thought response. Basically what he said, the Texas Tech football coach, I don't know his name, but he's having a great year. They're going to be in the playoff, right? He said, to eliminate this, he said, the simple move is you have to take the football season, you need to remove it from the second academic semester of college, which starts basically at the beginning of January.
Yeah.
Correct? Right after the new year. So January 5th, 6th, 7th, whatever the date is. He says you need to take football completely out of it. And the way you do that.
Playing in July?
No, he said August 23rd is the start date for not week 0, for week 1 of the season. You need to play August 23rd because that puts conference championships on Thanksgiving weekend. The national championship would be played on, according to him, and I haven't looked at it, but the national championship should be played on January 1st. And then it's January 2nd, the portal opens, and everyone has basically 2 weeks, a week and a half to get everybody situated. I don't mind campus. I thought it was incredibly
that's a great idea.
It gives you a huge jump start in the NFL too, which they kind of like.
Right.
Yeah,
but I think conference championship games are going to be going the way of the dodo bird, though.
What do you mean? Oh, just going away.
I think they are.
Yeah.
It's if they expand the playoffs, I don't think.
God, if they expand the playoffs,
I think you're looking at no more conference championship games.
What do they expand the playoffs to? 24?
Well, probably 16, then 24.
Yeah. Well, it should just be 16.
They need to stop it now. I think.
Well, whatever FCS does, do what they do.
Yeah.
And I think that's 24.
Mm-hmm. No, I just thought it was a very well thought out answer. A very good, just logical, realistic step. None of this crazy, you got to do this and flip it all around. No. Just move everything up. Get the portal open on January 2nd. Everyone's in, because the crux of the situation is, right, they call it you got to have you have to have guys enrolled in classes on campus, right? Because there is the academic element to this.
Is it?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
They ain't there to play school.
They got to have there's a amongst every academic office in the country is a add drop classes date. There's a deadline. So you got to have guys in those respective classes to basically get them eligible to be on the field. So that's the issue. So I just thought that was really well put. I mean, national championship on New Year's Day, just sign me up. Everybody's off work.
You talk it's on a Monday, the 19th.
What do you mean?
What?
Oh, yes, correct.
It's on a Monday.
It's terrible.
On the 19th.
It's always on a Monday.
It's always on a Monday.
You talk about this scenario that the Texas Tech coach had laid out.
Yeah.
Joey McGuire, by the way.
Thank you.
Where but who makes the rule?
Exactly.
Who implements it? Who's in charge?
I know.
To say this is how we're doing it.
I know.
I mean, maybe
it's too spread. All the conferences do their own rules.
Where's the commissioner? What is it?
And all the schools have different.
Correct.
What does the NCAA
I don't know.
do anymore?
I don't get it.
They put on tournaments. That's what they do.
It's crazy. No, it is. It is. When you really break it down, and you think of it that way. It is perplexing.
You remember Miles Brand used to be like powerful.
Mark Emmert.
They used to be powerful people.
Yeah. I don't know who the NCAA president is.
No, it doesn't matter. Doesn't the NCAA football have autonomy they can kind of do what they want anyway?
The playoff, this gets lost in a lot of people's casual fans, but for us in the media, like the college football playoff is owned by ESPN. We all recognize that. ESPN's making the call when these games are played in these bowl games. Like that is lost amongst a lot of people. Like, people think the NCAA instituted the playoff. No. That's not how it works. Like they were forced. Their hand was forced. ESPN said, we're going to buy this thing and we're going to sell it. And it's up to us to play.
Well, the bowl games aren't NCAA.
I know. It just gets lost. It's an easy fact. It's an easy fact to get lost in translation. So I think it's chaos. I hate it. Other coaches making the moves. Like no one's saying anything about Summerall. No one's saying anything about Alex Golish. Jim Mora Jr., UConn, Colorado State, whatever, I
just think that's an interesting one, man. Because the guy took UConn, did back-to-back 9-win seasons, and they hadn't had one winning season since 2007.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's pretty good.
No, it's nuts.
And UConn is one of 2 FBS independents.
Yep.
And last time I checked, UConn's not Notre Dame.
No.
So that's a pretty good deal.
It's a great story. It's a great story.
It's a good run in Colorado State.
I think most people are thinking like the jump might be bigger, like to whatever G4, whatever G4, G5 school.
John Summerall. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. Okay.
So Summerall was the coach at Troy for 2 years.
Got it. Okay.
And he won back-to-back Sun Belt championships.
Right.
And then he goes to Tulane.
Yeah.
People are like, well, that's a kind of a weird move. It's not that much of a big jump, but those American jobs pay a lot.
Right.
They pay a lot more than
Tulane's a private school with money. People don't realize that.
Yeah.
Tulane does have a lot of money. They do have a good football.
And they got a network. They got a base.
I mean, he's there for 2 years.
Yeah.
So he did 2 years at Troy, won championships, 2 years at Tulane, and he's about to win, in contention to win another championship. I think they won it last year too.
I believe so.
So he did the Sun Belt to the American to the SEC because he's going to Florida. So that was his route.
Yeah. Hopefully it works out, man. I love seeing all these coaches, get these respective jobs. I almost feel bad for the G4 programs because it's kind of baked into their mindset. Like, well, guys are going to get poached. That's how. But I hate that they have to live like that. Those programs and the SEC teams just come along.
It's Boise State.
Yeah.
Their coaches get poached.
I know.
Butler's basketball coaches have been poached.
It's just baked in. You understand
VCU.
It. Yeah. It just sucks. I feel bad. I know. It is what it is.
There's one big job still remaining.
Which one's it? Oh, yeah.
Penn State.
Penn State's
still remaining, and they have like no recruits right now. They might have really screwed themselves.
Yeah.
But you talk about being the feeling bad for the G4s, G5s, and all that. But there's also the flip side to look at it is You don't want to be the team where nobody wants your coach.
Correct.
And nobody wants your quarterback. The fact that everybody wants your coach and everybody wants your quarterback, that means you're doing something right.
Correct.
And it becomes an attractive place for the next guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know?
It is.
Whoever takes a JMU job, they've got a great stepping stone.
Yeah.
And I looked at some lists, they're freaks on their message board.
Yeah.
And it's FCS level coaches that are very successful, kind of like where they got Chesney. I don't remember the schools.
Here's a question for you, because you've been following this, Brian. Like, I don't remember in my time, and I don't know the JMU history like you do, but like, when's the last time JMU hired a guy in-house? Like Kirk Cinetti wasn't in-house. Bob Chesney wasn't in. They go out for their new guy.
I don't know.
It works.
I don't know if Mickey Matthews was in-house or not.
I don't remember. It's just a weird, most people at that level, you would think, oh, just promote the D coordinator, promote the offensive coordinator, and they don't.
Jeff Bourne was a fantastic athletic director there at James Madison, and he's no longer the AD. He did hire Chesney. One of his last things he did was hire Chesney.
Right.
But I think he's very close to the university, and I think he might still have.
He just retired?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
He might have some sort of input in.
Yeah. Just the hit rate is crazy.
It's insane.
It's insane to hit down that many coaches throughout the last 15 years.
They just have to have great facilities, great people around there.
Yes, yeah, I've never been out there.
It's a nice area.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah.
But their facilities aren't.
They're not above and beyond.
No, I don't think they have an indoor.
The basketball arena is pretty awesome. I saw that video.
Facilities aren't Liberty, that's for sure.
No.
Yeah, they don't even have an indoor.
They just must have a good culture there.
It's the culture. It's the culture, and they took 10 years.
They did it the right way. They didn't rush.
They got the invite, and they said, we're not ready.
Yes.
And they waited 10 years.
They let it simmer, let it bake, and then hit when the iron's hot.
And their fans were so mad that they didn't take it. Like, we're going to be stuck in this. Because at that point, the CAA is really starting to fall apart. You know? Everybody's leaving the CAA, and JMU's looking at these opponents like, we're not excited about playing Stony Brook. We're not excited about playing Hampton. No offense. We're not excited about playing Elon.
Yeah.
We want to play bigger schools.
Yeah.
And it does make sense. They shouldn't be in FCS. And it basically, if you really look at the enrollments of some of these schools, ODU is where they need to be.
Okay.
If ODU was an FCS, they'd be one of the biggest FCS schools in the country. It wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Like Louisiana Monroe's enrollment is like 8,500.
Right.
They're the smallest public FBS school by enrollment.
Got it.
So Louisiana Monroe is kind of toting that line.
Yeah. It's a good way to look at it. That gets lost in translation too. Is like nobody cares about. They're like, well, just move up. Go on there.
ODU's got 24,000 students.
Exactly.
They shouldn't be in the FCS with public schools that have 8,000 students. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. It's just a crazy time, man. I was following, like I said, I hate all the drama, but I was locked into the Lane Kiffin stuff, man. I'm watching reports from Baton Rouge. The airport videos, man. I was eating it up.
Oh man,
I was eating it up.
What would you have been doing? What do you think your boss would have made?
I would have been outside of the ops building getting shots. I mean, I used to go to that ops building on Friday afternoons to get the team bus leaving. Like, not even interview a coach, not even interview anybody. It was literally get the shot of the team bus leaving. I'm not kidding. That was like my Friday thing before high school football. It was like, go get the team bus. Like if they were on the road, they fly out at like 3:30. Go get the shot of the team bus.
The money shot, right?
The camera, get the coach walking on, and then I'd go do high school football for the night. That was like if they were on the road, that was my everything. So I would have been posted outside of football ops. Beautiful building, by the way. It's crazy. The videos. If the fans are flipping the bird to Lane, I love it. I love it. The animosity. I love it.
I'm just glad Marty Smith can go home now.
Yeah, that was a running joke. He was wearing the same suit back-to-back days.
I know he was. Yeah.
Please, by God, make a decision.
Yeah, he had a great 5-minute interview with Lane at the airport, and they were chasing him down. The Lane watch was nuts, man. So let's take a break, and we're coming back with high school football talk after this on the other side of Sportswrap Overtime. All right, welcome back to Sports Wrap Overtime. Craig Loper, Brian Parsons, Jeff Snyder on the mics here, and we're going to get into our high school football stuff around the Commonwealth. Hampton Roads, our local team, still left in it. Class 6, Oscar Smith. Class 5, Maury and Indian River. Class 4, Lafayette. Class 3, Lake Taylor, and Class 2, Pocosin. What a great Friday night it was for region championships.
Oh, well, that was our last Friday night flights of the season.
Yeah,
it was.
The show proper, we're still going to cover the high school games.
Correct.
From here on out. They're on Saturday now for the next 2 rounds.
State semis on a Saturday, state title on Saturday.
Friday was the first time all year I was like, this is football weather.
Yeah.
It was so cold.
It was football weather.
And it's region championships are cool because you only focus on one game. We usually do 2 games a night, so you get to see a team all the way through. You get to do post game, all that type of stuff.
That was but I had the day game. Fortunately,
you did.
That day, so I wasn't quite as cold as you guys were. But I was talking to Jeff Edmondson, Craig. You went to the Kings Fort game. He said out in Suffolk, that's where it was even colder than anywhere. He said
cold,
it was like 5 to 10 degrees cooler out there.
I went to the car at halftime and blasted that heat. Best believe I did. Yeah, it was cold. I was bundled up. It was all good. So Oscar Smith, 11-1 at James Madison, 9-4. I am going to fully admit I don't know why Oscar Smith with an 11-1 record is at James Madison. No clue. I feel like they should play that game in Chesapeake.
Do we have James
I don't know how it works.
Oscar Smith.
Oh yeah, Oscar Smith. Yeah, who'd they beat in the region title? They beat a 10-1. Thomas Dale. Thank you. So this was highlights from their game last week.
The obligatory opening shot of the Tiger Cage.
Gotta do it.
I've never seen that.
Yeah. Lonnie and company, man, out there. Lonnie Andrews and Travis Johnson, those guys. Just rolling along in Class 6, trying to go back to back.
Defending state champions, trying to do it again, run it back.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, you look at the record. I don't know nothing about James Madison, but 9-4 versus 11-1. You would think Smith would go up there and dominate.
Where did we say they were from? Are they Loudon?
No.
You said Thomas Dale?
No. James Madison High School. Was that Vienna?
Vienna.
That was Vienna.
Okay.
So Wolf Trap is in Vienna.
What is that? Wolf Trap?
Oh, it's one of the great music venues in the country.
Oh, okay.
It's a national park.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
It's kind of like
outdoor. It's an amphitheater.
It's outdoor, but they also have like symphony stuff there as well. There's a balcony. It's wood. It's like this pretty beautiful park.
Nice.
It truly is one of the great venues in America.
Okay. All right. Shout out Vienna then.
Gotta go check it out.
Wolf Trap.
Yeah. Class 5, Maury at Stonebridge. They've had some history in the past. I think the couple state title games they played against each other.
Is that where Jonathan Allen went?
Sounds right. Yeah. This was the Maury Kings Fort game. I was here, and that game was 7-6 at halftime. Maury ends up winning 49-6. They scored 42 unanswered. Nuts.
Man.
Yeah. Kings Fort
Branch.
Yeah. Tayshawn.
He's something else, man.
Yeah. And talking to Doree after the game, he's just kind of cool customer. Like, yep. On to the next. And this is what we expect, and this is how we do it. And not even really excited. I asked him 2 questions.
Wild how Tayshawn stays on his feet. Have you noticed that? How he
contact balance, man.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, admittedly, I was on the sideline, and you could just kind of get a feel. I was on the Kings Fork sideline, but as this game was close, and it's staying close, you just felt at any given moment Maury's going to break through because that's what they do.
Yep.
You can't hold them down for long. Great teams, you can't hold them down for long. All of a sudden, that punt return in the third quarter started the scoring. This was the next drive. They throw a 97-yard touchdown for a screen.
Jeez,
and this kid just makes a couple cuts. And with 2 plays, you're like, there goes, busted wide open. Like it's inevitable is how I feel about Maury. And sometimes if they have a slow start, it's inevitable they're going to score on a huge 80-yard play. That's, I don't know. It's like innate.
You said it was 49. Was that 49-7? That was the final?
49-6.
Okay, so they blew them out.
Yeah, that was it. But it was all in the second half. It was all in the second half. So crazy. Stonebridge 10-1 Saturday at 2:00 up there. So that's in the Richmond area, or is that Northern Virginia?
Oh, that's Northern Virginia too.
Northern Virginia.
Yeah, that might be the Loudon County. No, Loudon County. That's
Lafayette,
Ashburn.
Loudon County.
Stonebridge is Ashburn.
Thank you.
The data center capital of the world.
Here's I think one of the more intriguing matchups. Indian River at Highland Springs.
Oh,
you just saw River.
Finally, I saw River for the first time this year.
Right.
Both you guys were like, you guys need to go see Lord and Malik Hiru.
Yeah. At Green Run, they take them down in a good game. Good game.
So Indian River had struck first, and then Charles Jackson here for Green Run. Look at this move.
Yeah.
Look at this play.
Beautiful.
Play.
Good block.
Great play.
Stays in bounds, and that's a touchdown. So it's 7-7.
Yeah, that tied it up.
And that's what I think. That's what it was at halftime, right?
I think
pretty
so.
sure. Yeah. And then the second half, it got really good.
Yeah, some of these passes we're about to see here.
This kid's a freshman, kids.
I mean, like stuff like this, you just don't see every day. Like,
look where the ball went.
Unbelievable. And the next pass, if you ask me, is even better.
Nobody else can get it. So now, they're kind of trading scores back and forth here. This is when it's starting to get really good.
It was really good. And
but here's the drive of the game.
Yes.
They were pinned back.
They're at their own 3.
They're at their own 3.
Yeah.
So this is Lord Malik Hiru.
29-yard run.
He is a freshman.
Yep.
So it looks longer than 29. That's what they said.
I think that's what they said. Yeah. This pass right here, this is the one. You see this and you're like, no way. I mean, this is out of the sky.
Dropped right in.
And a beautiful catch.
And pass interference.
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't even know. You couldn't have put that in a better spot.
And I guess this would be the go-ahead score.
That was the go-ahead score. And then afterwards, they basically ran it out after that. So Brandon Carr, man, really had Indian River rolling in the last few years. Their second region championship in 3 years. And this was the last play of the game that basically sealed it for him.
He had a pretty good bite too about Lord after the game. He was like, "Wow,
yeah." No, it's crazy, man. You just don't see it often, man. And you know, he's got a lot of time left in school, and hopefully he keeps doing his thing.
Yeah.
But he's been very fun to watch. The whole group's been really fun to watch.
He's going to some Power 4 schools. Be very happy with.
He's already got offers for, I believe, I know SMU and I think Syracuse maybe.
They're gonna start coming in.
It's gonna be bigger than that.
So I was texting a friend of mine that he likes the up and coming prospects, and I've been seeing these guys for the last 28 years, covering this and seeing some of the prospects and the young quarterbacks, and and I said, you can dump out of this. Basically saying, hey, you need to check out this kid at the Indian River. He's really good. I think you might be interested in seeing him. I think he could be one of the next big things. And he texted me back. He's like, better than Tyrod? Because I'd say Tyrod is probably like the last great quarterback like that, maybe. But there's probably been others. But I don't know. I'm not ready to say that yet.
No, not at all.
I mean, Tyrod also was a great defensive back.
Yeah, his athleticism different. I don't think Lord is as athletic as that.
No, he's a quarterback.
He's a quarterback. Now, he throws the prettiest ball that I've seen since I've been here, without question, the prettiest ball. And I don't know, you saw Tyrod way then, but he had a good arm.
I think he had an underrated arm.
Got it.
I think he had a very solid, accurate arm.
I just don't remember kids dropping the ball out of the sky like that.
No.
That's just not something you see all the time.
I'm perfect.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Stick your hands out.
And I asked the coach, Brandon Carr. I did the interview before the game this week, and I said, okay, a lot of guys can throw a football. All right.
Yeah.
But how about processing information?
Yeah.
And he says he does it as well as I've seen anybody do it. He goes, that's one of his strengths, is that he can make his reads.
He looks poised.
His progressions.
He does. And that's compliments too of that offense that complements him. If you get him through his reads and he's throwing it around. So they're at Highland Springs. Highland Springs, a traditional power. They kind of jumped between Class 6 and Class 5 in recent years, but they're in Class 5 this year. So Lafayette beat Phoebus in the region title game. I called that one.
Yep.
I was the lone man in the office who said Lafayette was going to win, but they did. They that game at Wanner Stadium, and the Rams, Andy Lynn and company, are 12-1, heading up to Ashburn, Virginia, to play Loudoun County. I think Lafayette lost in the state semis 2 years ago. I think they lost in the region title last year. I don't remember exactly where they finished last year, but they're always in the region championship or the state semis.
What a grind out season, you know, I mean, to do what they did.
Yeah.
Their lone loss was an overtime loss to Pocosin, who's playing in the Class 2 state semis. So, and look, we think it's just them running the ball with their wing tee or whatever it is.
No, they can air it out sometimes. Yeah. Very, very solid program, consistently win. It was a great game. Magna Vista is from the western part of the state in Class 3. They're going to play Lake Taylor in Norfolk. How about the Titans back in the state semi? I don't think anybody expected that.
No, especially after
we
last
didn't know what
year.
to expect.
They didn't even make the playoffs last year.
Crazy.
So,
crazy. They got a three-headed rushing attack.
Yep, I had this game.
You did, okay.
Yes, so a lot of this guy right here, number 5.
Keon Johnson. And
of course, Kevin Adams here.
Nice little trick play.
I couldn't tell if it was a design or
I don't think that was designed. That looked like a bad snap.
I think that was a trick play.
It was, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
it just ended up too perfect.
Yeah, okay. All right, I got it.
Now, remember the LSU game when they did that?
Here's this big run from Adams. He's going to give Keon the credit for the block
Looks like
here.
they're playing work. That's funny.
Yeah. Crazy.
You know what I'm talking about, right? The LSU on the kickoff.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, the next week, Hampton University tried that same play.
Oh, really?
Returned the other way for a touchdown.
They picked it off in the air.
Right.
Oh, that's nuts. Was it on a PAT they tried it? Or a field goal?
It was a field goal. It was a field goal.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, I was like, oh no, that didn't quite work out as well.
Yeah, it's a famous one.
Petersburg did give them a little bit of a problem. They turned the ball over a couple times in this game, but it was no harm in that. But they're going to clean it up if they want to win a state title.
Very cool for them. I don't know about Magna Vista, our affiliate WFXR in Roanoke has asked for that game, so I'm assuming it's somewhere out there in Roanoke.
They Lake Taylor puts points on the board.
Yeah.
You know, that's what they do.
Yes.
And look at that. Who they're hoisting them up.
Yep.
Look at that. And Hank Sawyer just, calm, cool, collective. Old Hank.
Yeah.
Another
look at this
region
heater.
champion.
Look at the heater they had.
It was an awesome
The
heater.
stickers are still on it. They just bought it for the game.
I tried to get next to it during halftime, and they turned it off.
No, they kept the receipt. They're going to return it.
I know, right?
Class 2, we got Strasburg. So only 2 home games. Strasburg at Pocosin is one of them. The other is the Lake Taylor game. All the others, Class 4, Class 5, both Class 5 games and the Class 6 game are all on the road.
That's rare for us. I don't know
what's going on with
It's just kind of a weird thing. I don't pretend to. I'm not locked into the VHSL seeding rules and who travels for what. Man, we got a lot of stuff going on.
Too many teams make the playoffs. Honestly.
Oh yeah, I mean we saw a couple 1-9 teams. In this playoff.
Come on, that's
there shouldn't be the what is it? The region quarterfinals need to go away.
Correct. Right. Yeah, the quarters. Yeah, exactly. Where all the blowouts happened bad in that round. So
that is not Pocosin on that play right there, but Pocosin did win this game over.
Oh gosh,
Boise State.
Yeah, I don't remember who they played.
Blue Mountain State.
Yeah, no, Pocosin, man. They're in the state semi. I don't think their last state title was 2012. I think that's right, or 2010. I can't remember. I always forget that year. So the Islanders, man, proud program, and hopefully they keep going. That'd be fun. We love covering Pocosin.
There's a big C Carter Jones, the offensive lineman, who's got the pick of the litter.
Elliot Duty said, remember he was going to this game. That team was 12-0. They played a 12-0 team.
Oh, Armstrong.
Armstrong. 19-14. They won 19-14. So hard fought game. So Pocosin's hardened and ready to go to the state semi, and who knows what will happen this next round. So look for all that coverage in the Sportswrap. We'll do one more break, and we're coming back, odds and ends, and we're going to wrap it up. Just a few more minutes left on Sportswrap Overtime. All right, odds and ends to end the Sportswrap Overtime show. Got a few minutes here. NFL Week 13, I think, is in the books. Commanders fall to the Denver Broncos in overtime. And it was rough, man. I was watching it. The game was late. It was 12:15 a.m. Marcus, they had the perfect play call dialed up on the 2-point conversion. They slipped the running back out of the backfield. It was beautiful play design. And the guy, Nick Benito, his credit, he's a great defense player, batted it down.
7 L's in a row.
Yeah, I appreciate them going for the win in that they had to.
It
was great.
Why wouldn't
it
you?
Was great.
Why wouldn't you? No choice.
Man, they played hard. Marcus had like over 300 yards, a few touchdowns. They had Terry McLaurin was back.
The shots of Marcus Mariota after the game in the mud, like on his knees, looked like one of those classic pictures of like Joe Namath from like the 60s, you know.
And Marcus,
he was beat up like that.
Yeah, and Marcus is an Oregon kid, and I remember when he was a young kid that just arrived on campus. He's got a lot more white hair now. Marcus does. And he's 32, and he's graying up, man. So his hair made it look even worse. So they're going to play at Minnesota this week. Who Minnesota's reeling. Their offense can't score any points.
Minnesota's 1.5.
They can't even get Justin Jefferson the ball anymore. Their quarterback situation is terrible. They didn't keep the Sam Darnold. Just terrible decision. I called that. So anyway, anything else on our minds here as we wrap it up?
Big
2 minutes.
Big racing news. Big racing thing this weekend. The final for the Formula One World Championship.
Got it.
Been a hard-fought battle all year. We thought the two McLaren drivers, Lando Norris, Oscar Piastri, were going to be one of the champions. Well, Max Verstappen is inevitable.
Yeah,
he has battled.
I knew who that is.
He has battled his way all the way back, and he has a shot at the title. So there's a lot of scenarios that could play out. Norris is the points leader right now. Okay. Verstappen second. Piastri's third. I can't get into all the scenarios right now, but it's going to be must-see television. It'll be on ESPN.
So three people can win it.
Three people can win it.
Got it.
Could be on ESPN.
Where's the final race?
Abu Dhabi.
Oh, wow,
8 a.m. on Sunday morning on ESPN.
Maybe I'll record it. I won't, actually.
It's fun. I'll tell you what, like, with Formula One, it's good. It's must-watch.
But is it going to be...
Text me when there's like 10 laps to go and I'll watch.
Okay.
But with these races, you rarely see any kind of competitiveness out on the track. I mean, it's almost like they're doing pace laps because there's no racing.
It depends on what race in the track and who's going to be battling. But I think
text me when there's 10 laps and if it's close.
And it's going to be a lot of strategy plays coming out.
You got anything, Brian? We got a minute.
I just like when I watch racing, I like to see side by side racing and guys actually pass each other. They don't pass anybody.
Yes, they do, just not as much as NASCAR.
Right. They go faster though, right? Or
yes, they're faster.
Okay,
they're the best race cars in the world.
Right. Yeah, McLaren and Mercedes.
Well, they are. There's no doubt about that. That's just the action to me is not as exciting as NASCAR.
It just depends what it is.
For me, my storyline continues to be kind of these. I mean, the Patriots, these resurgent teams in the NFL, man. Broncos.
Drake May's the MVP.
Drake May looks great, man. He's doing.
They won 10 in a row.
Yes, 10 in a row. That game was cold in Foxborough last night, the Monday night game.
The uniforms, okay, they're kind of clownish. I like them. They're nice. They're kind of cool, but you can't wear those the Patriot uniforms every week. You just can't. You just can't. No. Like the Bucks, I'd be okay with that. The old Broncos from the 80s,
like
I'd be okay with that. But the Patriot ones,
Commanders were the Super Bowl era.
They need to wear that every week.
You can watch our uniform special, Sportswrap Overtime we did a couple months ago.
If you can find it.
You want to talk about more of that.
All right, that's it for Jeff Snyder, Brian Parsons. I'm Craig Loper. See you next time on Sportswrap Overtime.